Greetings, my people. I'm just taking a walk. It's a warm evening, and I was having a conversation, a very interesting conversation, a few days ago with a friend. He was asking what I think about a degree or a skill. What's a better option for him? I mean, I tried to. I didn't discourage him from getting a degree. It's very important, but then most times a degree would not put food on your table. I've seen a lot of people who study, uh, get their degrees, but then the degrees become useless over time. You know, a degree can never be a good backup. A degree can never be a good backup, but your skill has the capacity to put food on your table. Whatever skill it is, it's important to acquire a skill. You know, whatever it is, if even the simple computer training that we used to do back then, while we were very young. When you finish writing your WAEC and parents would say you should go for computer training in one small computer center, and we were so excited. We'll go for those trainings. Those trainings are really very important. You find out that Excel is in a wider reach use right now. Microsoft Excel. It's a great skill. If you know how to use Excel very effectively, it could find you a very good job, a high-paying job. If I say good job, I mean a high-paying job. So we shouldn't play around with those skills. Don't get complicated. Don't get into the complicated skill acquisitions like getting into into DevOps, into software developing, and all of that. These are great. These are great skills, great ideas, great things that anyone could do, but they are complicated. They are going to take a long time. There are things around us that you can actually do that will serve people within us. Yeah, there are people who work in construction sites. There are people who are mechanics. There's a time when I used to support people, do visa and all of those things. Some years ago. There are some persons who came in at that time. The people who came in and who were able to bear the storm at that time were the skilled people. Some of those who were mechanics, I still have a few of them who are mechanics who are working here, who are working. Some of them who were skilled in construction, and a lot of them who had no skills couldn't find they had no options. Without a skill, it's practically very difficult to survive. Your degree is not enough skill. Your degree, most of the things that we do are theories. And then when it comes into practicals, we don't really have the real thing. We don't have what it takes. So a skill is very important. You can't don't do anything without a skill, else you end up doing menial menial jobs. You see a lot of people who look out for opportunities and they don't find opportunities. Uh, they think it's best to get into the hospital and do a CNA. A lot of people get into the hospital and do a CNA, and they end up getting employed as cleaners in the hospitals. They end up being cleaners in the hospitals. So while you are at home in your comfort zone, it is a great time to think of acquiring a good skill, because a good skill will definitely put food on your table. A good skill in anywhere, in construction, in the computer world, right now the tech skills are growing. There are lots of opportunities in tech, the software development, graphic designs, software testing, even software testing, the project management. There are lots of tech skills that you could just do. Some of these trainings are few days trainings, like project management is just a 1 week training. You know, a skill is very important. Even for the university students, you are in school, you also need to, don't ignore the skill acquisition schemes. Skill acquisition schemes are really very important. You know, I cannot overemphasize the importance of acquiring a great skill. Yeah. Yeah, so that's what came to mind today. It's skill. And you know, most economies in the world are looking out for skilled people. That's what the world wants now. Skilled people. You know, if you don't have skills, you're practically going to become a burden to the economy. If you don't have skills, you're not offering anything to the economy. So what are you even doing? So don't ignore skill acquisition schemes. I mean, everyone should have a skill. Be a driver, be a good one at it. Have a driver's license, you know, be a driver, be a good one. And whatever it is that you do it well. Be good at it. If you're teaching, be good at it. Be a good one, be a good teacher. You know, there's always an opportunity for someone who is skilled. There's always an opportunity for someone who is skilled. And if you are lucky to be in Europe, where there are opportunities. I mean, not all over Europe anyway. I mean, if you're lucky to be in Germany, some places like Germany, where there are opportunities for the skilled and there are opportunities for the unskilled. I mean, I just love what Germany is doing. You know, these opportunities are there for the skilled, and there are lots of opportunities also for the unskilled. There are lots of constructions going on in Germany, so construction workers are always there. There are, I mean, Amazon, delivery companies, logistic companies, lots of them. And you have a lot of opportunities there if you are, I mean, for the unskilled. And then for the skilled, the way they structured the whole thing, there is the classes for educated people and for the non-educated people. So if you are educated, you have opportunities. If you're also non-educated person, you have opportunities if you are skilled. You know, so the opportunities are always there. It's important to be ready for those opportunities. I was arguing with a friend of mine. I was telling him that I mean, I do not believe that a degree is a backup plan. I don't believe that a degree is a backup plan. No, I strongly believe that if you have a PhD, I could call a PhD a backup plan and not a first degree. You have a first degree, I mean, you had the basics. There are lots of people with first degree that are confused. They have first degrees and they are confused. They don't know what to do with it. You have a degree, yes, I have a degree, but then they don't know what to do. You know, so when you have a degree, it's like you got trained with. You have a basic footage. You graduate, you have your first degree, you have a basic footage. Now you now have to plan. It's an opportunity for you to plan and decide on what to do next. You want to get into lecturing, then you have to further study, get into a master's degree and a PhD. I see a PhD as a backup because you could run into lecturing when the going gets tough, something kind of goes wrong, or you know, you fall in a problem where You don't find opportunities quickly, and you could just run into lecturing and begin to teach. You have that opportunity because you hold a PhD. But if you have such a challenge, I mean, no university is going to want to employ you with a first degree. You have no experience. You haven't even written any article or something. So you haven't done any research. You haven't built anything on your own. There is no experience. So I don't see a first degree as a backup plan. You know, get a skill. What's mostly important is what puts food on the table, not the competition that happens around us. Because the reason why a lot of people get into most of these high-end degrees is because someone that they know has got a degree. Hey, this person got a degree. I must get this degree. This person has got a PhD. I must get a PhD. That's why you see people who go into get PhDs in. Someone gets a PhD in library studies. Someone gets a PhD in public administration. Someone gets a PhD. Most of these things that you finish studying and you come out and you're asking yourself, what am I going to do? And you're still in the job market looking for work, even with a PhD. So it's just like people are coming into these things to compete, not necessarily putting what's most important in front of them, which is putting food on the table, providing for the family. That's the watchword. That's the watchword. Not really. I mean, competing. You know, my people, don't play with acquiring skills. Oh, don't play with acquiring a skill at all. Whenever the opportunity drops in, run into it. Run and get a skill immediately. Immediately. Don't even delay. You know, don't even delay. Whatever it is, whenever you get the opportunity to run into it, get a skill instantly. You know, get a skill instantly. Whoa, I'm seeing some beautiful stuffs out here. Sorry, I can't show you right now. I'm seeing some really, really beautiful stuffs out here. Oh yeah, this is nice. All right, guys, we'll keep talking. Let's not play around with skill acquisition. I mean, that's what came to my mind today, and I felt like we should talk about it. We shouldn't play around with skill acquisition at all. Whenever we get a chance to acquire a skill, let's grab it. Acquire that skill. Learn that thing. It could put food on your table. Whatever it is that you're doing, as long as it puts food on the table, and then it's not draining you. Whatever. If you're a cleaner, you wash dishes, you clean toilets. I mean, there should be a starting point, right? There should really be a starting point. Get a skill. It's really important. It's much more important. Sometimes it's even much more important than running in to get a degree. Yes, a skill sometimes can be much more important than running in to get a degree. You should get a skill. Grab every opportunity that you have to acquire a skill. Yeah. Yeah.